The Disney Cruise Line is the ideal place for people who love all things Disney on land but want to experience it on sea. On the official website, the Disney Cruise Line claims to combine classic nostalgia and modern amenities with Disney's signature service, and offers Bahamas, Caribbean and European cruises. Whilst we visited during the time when nothing could happen, this is a review of a Disney Cruise Line ship, namely the Disney Magic, and what to expect in the cabin and the experience on the onboard entertainments rather than what locations the ship goes to, because on this trip all it did was show the Anglican coast and come back rather than stopping anywhere. As all Disney cruise liners have roughly the same floor designs and aim to provide the same entertainment, where it travels to matters little when reviewing the ship. Is spending time on a Disney Cruise Line ship worthwhile? Well, this review will try and help you decide whether it is the best holiday location for you. Disney stories usually start somewhere archaic, where one can show off a splash of wealth to delight and enthrall the locals, and the cruise liner docking at the port of Tilbury in East London is of no exception. Once the fortunate few, i.e. you and your companions, board the ship, you are instantly whisked away to a life of luxury with a Disney welcome. You are greeted and waved on board. They also do a little dance for you, which is nice. Once on, you'd want to check out your room. The Disney Cruise Liner offers 4 types of room. Inside, the cheapest cabin, as it offers no view, although when you are in a cabin at night there is no view to see anyway. Veranda, which offers a balcony. Concierge, which offers a large living space plus balcony. And Ocean View, the cabin with the window, which is the one we stayed in, so will be the focus of the room review. The Ocean View cabin has a double bed, with a bunk bed by the window that the staff member in charge of the room will change into a sofa in the daytime and convert back to sleeping quarters at night, which is cool. There are ample cupboards that enable up to 4 adults to live comfortably in the room. There are also curtain dividers between the sections if you got bored of seeing the same old faces of your companions. The cabin has separate toilet and shower rooms, which was a very nice touch in a 4-person room. We found the room very comfortable, although we do need to point out that the overall maintenance of the cabin was very tired, with the ripped vinyl and scuff marks everywhere, making sure you know you weren't the first person to experience this cabin, and making you wonder what else the previous occupiers left behind if the cleaners aren't fully cleaning between cabin guests. But the room was still incredibly nice. When we were on board, we did get a quote to upgrade to the veranda room for about £75 more per person. We refused, but the other half of our party did upgrade and hardly used their room, so it wasn't really worth the additional cost for a place mainly used just for sleeping. If you are intending on just being in the cabin room, then why are you on an expensive Disney cruise rather than staying at home? The Disney Cruise Line aims to give you some Disney magic, and that is not usually found in the cabin rooms. The cruise liner has 11 decks. Decks 1, 2, 6, 7, 8 and half of 5 are devoted to cabins, but the other 5.5 decks are aimed at entertainment. One of the main forms of Disney entertainment are the theatre shows. The theatre shows were brilliant. They have to be to have lasted 10 years without change. The Buena Vista Theatre on Deck 5 had some gorgeous art deco and featured live shows as well as 3D experiences and regular movies. It is an enjoyable room. Disney pride themselves on their theatres, although it should be worth noting that the other forms of entertainment were either tacky, like you're getting a cheap English seaside resort, or you'd have to pay extra for them. Deck 9 of the cruise liner was focused on poolside fun, with Goofy's family pool, Nephew's splash zone and some really good slides actually located on Deck 10 that make this a very enjoyable area to relax. There is also an adult only pool, with its own bar if you want to avoid all the children and relax. Expect to find many parents getting their desperate breaks here. The bar of Deck 9 is also devoted to a lovely spa area, although this is also an additional extra. Due to our location on the English Channel in October, it was quite cold and windy as per, but that is not expected in every Disney cruise, especially those around the American continent. We also experienced the only storm during the entire cruise season, and our cameraman risked his life to climb on deck to film it for our viewing. That's worth a like for his sheer madness. The other main entertainment element on the Disney liner, beside the theatres and the pools, is the shops. These shops have incredibly unique items that are also extremely limited, so if you care about those things, sprint to these shops as soon as you can. Besides the extras, the shopping was a rather comfortable experience where we didn't feel pressured to buy anything and enjoyed browsing. Once the entertainment has been enjoyed and the nights roll in, it's time to think of the food. On a Disney cruise you experience a wide array of food as you have a meal in a different restaurant each night. If you are uncomfortable with the constant moving venues, Disney try and make the experience more comfortable by having the same members of staff who follow you to each themed restaurant. These staff members begin to know you well and as such provide a great deal of comfort on your entire trip. It is also worth noting that the person in charge of looking after your room doesn't change either, giving you a feeling of close connection and safety, and that is a very nice touch. The food on the Disney Magic is lovely, well prepared, with gorgeous combinations of flavours. The overall experience of the restaurants trying new amazing food with staff members you are familiar and comfortable with makes it one of the best memories you can get out of your time cruising. Now we've spoken about the room, entertainment and food, it's time to point out a few concerns. First up is something we are all currently using at the moment and may or may not be important on a cruise. The internet. As you are stuck in the middle of the sea on a cruise ship, it is the ship that controls your access to Wi-Fi. The Disney Cruise charges 30 cents a megabyte up to $109 for 1 gigabyte. I'll put it bluntly, the Disney Cruise's Wi-Fi prices are not worth it. Even with these prices, full internet connectivity is not guaranteed, as messages back to the mainland can take hours to be sent, making it a very difficult task to talk to anyone clearly and concisely. At times it feels like a message in a bottle has a better chance of washing up in Dover and being received by the correct recipient than a simple message from the Wi-Fi service. Do not use the Wi-Fi on the Disney Cruise. Bring a book or enjoy the onboard entertainment. Like any cruise holiday, I'd say if you really need to have Wi-Fi on an urgent basis, don't go on a cruise holiday. Another big concern is the hidden costs. Seafarers beware, because Disney is an American company, and American companies are appallingly bad at paying their staff a decent wage to live on, the Disney Magic Cruise follows an American company policy of implementing an 18% gratuity or service charge on absolutely every onboard purchase to ensure the staff get tips to help them reach a decent living wage rather than, I don't know, just paying the staff a decent wage in the first place. Some American companies have used this gratuity charge to pay staff even less. The companies just don't pay their workers. They make their clients pay their workers for them. Not saying Disney do this practice, but should a company as big and successful as them have to use a policy such as a gratuity charge rather than making it obvious that they pay their employees well and fully? For most Americans, this fee is part and parcel of everyday transactions, but for a holiday in Brit on a British-based Disney cruise, this is an alarmingly high unforeseen charge on the time living on the cruise ship, and one, if not prepared for, could become a huge downer during the trip and could sour memories afterwards. Overall, the Disney Cruise Line was an experience I would do again. Whilst the room on the Disney Magic was in need of a refurb, the staff were lovely, the food was superb, and the entertainment was good when you invest into it. Whilst this trip itself was a staycation and may be soured as a go on trips to get away from England, there are Disney cruises with better seas to travel in and actual locations to visit. Remember that you can go on a trip for as little as 3 days or for over a week. It's up to you. All trips are individually priced and you can search by days so you can find something that suits your budget. Please comment below if you have any questions or things you want to say about the Disney Cruise Line or the Disney Magic itself, and leave a like if you found the video useful, as it makes it easier for others to find our review too. Thank you for watching.